It's a good question. The best way to create content is just to create content. And, you're always, no matter how good your first few videos are, you're always going to look back and be like, what the heck was I thinking, And especially with something like crypto where there is no substitute for experience, right? Like there's like a sixth sense you get after a while where you can see where things are not as bad as they seem, or things are way worse than they seem, and those gut feels have led me to make some incredibly amazing decisions throughout the years. But you just cannot know the difference between 10 situations unless you've been in them, and that's why over time, if you're making content in this space, you're always going to get better because you're always going to learn more and you're always going to evolve. And so, and that comes with the experience in the market as well as the experience making videos and getting better at delivering your thoughts. But really, my first videos weren't even, I didn't even have a camera. I just flipped open my MacBook.
Same.
And I used the cam and mic there, and I was just talking to that, and that was partly because my business partner worked at a YouTube multi-channel network, and he would manage like 500 million monthly views from early YouTube creators, and he was like, look, the camera quality, the audio quality doesn't matter at all. What matters is the video and the title and the thumbnail and your energy, and so just do it. And so I would just spew content out as much as I could each day. And the process forced me every day to do more research, to become that much more obsessive, to realize and watch yourself on so many videos and go, oh, like I like when I do, like I feel like it hits when I do this. I feel like it doesn't hit when I do that. And those are the things that you'll just get by the process, And so I mean, I'm sure at this point there's so many good examples of content creators out there in the industry. You could start by kind of trying to replicate their style. But like I don't read scripts or anything, so I never had scripts. Some people, like, once they switched to script writing, their content went like this, and so like maybe scripts are what you need for your content. Maybe scripts are what you don't need for your content. It's about who you are. And I feel like people kind of like my rantiness. Like I feel like it's why people like gravitate towards my channel, is that they can tell I'm kind of like really shooting it from the hip. I've deeply researched it, and I have like my thing planned out. But this is just how I talk, right? And so, and when I try to make scripted videos, I sound like a robot, and it's just, I don't want to watch those videos. And so, if you want to make content, the best thing you could do is just go swing.
Love that. Yeah, it's like the same with like comedy too, or like even like just like I guess like traditional content creation. It's like you're either like a creator or like a consumer. You can't really do both effectively, because like if I was to go and like watch like every sketch comedy video that I want to watch on YouTube, like that's taking away from time I would be working on my own videos. So
do you feel like when you watch like comedy, are you like, is there a part of you that's like, when someone does really well, that you're like, fuck?
100%.
You're like, fuck that person.
And literally, and like especially in like stand-up culture, it's nothing but that, because it's like, it's just you on stage. It's like it's just you. Like you're the only person that you can like rely on. So like, there's like such a big like scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Like in like the whole like kind of like stand-up comedy scene, where it's like if someone else is killing it, you're just like, oh, like good for you. But then like deep down, you're like, it should have been me. You know what I mean? So
it's not a team sport.
Yeah, it's not. But like that is like something I do actually like really like about like Web3, even though like obviously like you do have like all like the like wag me kind of like toxic positive like bullshit that is spewed, but there is like a little bit of truth to it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I miss Wag Me, and like I really I personally
me too. Bro.
I personally like think that there's an optimism in this space that people need to understand is legit.
We just talked about this.
Yeah.
We just talked about this on a video we filmed right before you came.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, yes, you can lose money. Yes, not everyone is going to get rich, but however, if you do stick in a good group and you do learn constantly and try to get better and understand that success is a process, it's not a destination, and it's not an instant process, then like you can make it. Like and like everyone I know who stuck around through the last bull market made it. And so it's like they really made it. And so, and I'm so proud of them, because I know how hard it was for me. I know how hard it is. And yeah, like I sacrificed everything in my life to focus on this. You know, I sacrificed everything, and no one can tell me I didn't work hard at achieving what I tried to achieve. But I did it with the support of the community. I did it with the community, and I did it with learning from people. I did it with taking L's and learning from them. And so like when I saw like the WAGME thing, like, yeah, I mean, I think like the idea that like if WAGME means to you that everyone will always make money all the time and that there's no potential downsides or risks, then yes, WAGME is a lie. But to me, there's still an essence of crypto culture and NFT culture where we just say we're gonna choose positivity, and that shit's powerful. So I don't know. I kind of miss WAGME, and I kind of hope it comes back. But like with people understanding like what it means, which is like any NFT can go to zero, and we've seen now most of them will. Like, of course, it's a JPEG, right?
Especially
like,
anyone I invest in, for sure.
Yes, and so
particularly
you should absolutely follow and track K-Money's wallet for that reason. But the reality is that there's also something really significant happening culturally with NFTs, and so they're both true, right? And it's just about understanding, and like the thing that is just the skill you need to learn is to manage risk, right? Which is if you can learn to manage your own risk and make sure that if and when the worst happens, which it happens cyclically, right? And it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So position around that, right? And you know, like it might seem boring to sell stuff into stable coins throughout the bull run. But it's not so boring when the market, it's not so boring. And you know, I would say that I was pretty shocked, but this is the nature of bull markets is the bear comes when you don't believe it's possible.
Yep.
When you're finally convinced that it's no longer possible for a bear market to happen is precisely when it comes, and that's when the bull hits as well. When you lose the belief that a bull is possible, that's precisely when it comes. And there's something weirdly poetic about it, but yeah, like that. I think like towards the end of the year just became, and the beginning of 2022, especially as like Azukis went crazy and so many things went crazy, and I don't want to clout collect here, but I did believe that NFTs would have a big moment once the altcoin season ended, and they did. But I was hoping that they would keep having mini cycles throughout the winter. And, you know, I have a tweet on, you know, in January where I was like, look, this is one of two scenarios. This is either the last dying breath of the bull run and like the farthest out riskiest spectrum to catch a wave, or this is a signal that, you know, NFTs can be more exciting during the winter. I still think that once we do bottom, NFTs will be more likely to come back and have action before altcoins.